We're here, we're queer, rise to the occasion or get the fuck out of the way.
There's something about not giving a fuck about what people think and being yourself and moving through the world that way. That confidence is really sexy.
The sexiest thing to me about being Butch is being able to put on a suit and do it better than the guys.
My life as a butch woman and dating has been awesome.
For me, it's about being dominant.
Sex toys just like totally aren't my jam. As a butch woman, I like to use my hands to fuck people.
Well, I work at a lesbian bar, so I have like a high frequency of meeting women.
Dating as a stud, I get a lot of straight women. Straight women,
I feel like, are very attracted to me in that way because I feel like they see how I carry myself and my body language.
I'm here to put a check mark in the book.
I like that femmes like butches.
It's all the things I'm not.
Lying in bed watching a femme get dressed.
Sweet smells.
Especially when they like put on the bra and like sort of get everything like oriented, that's awesome.
When I get a crush on a butch woman, I find myself being surprised, and the actual dynamics between butch women, it's like kind of uncharted territory. You don't really see it in pop culture anywhere.
What isn't sexy about other butches? Are you kidding? Oh my God. I think fashion and clothes also like deepened my capacity for self-possession. I think I just got to know myself a lot.
For as long as I can remember, I wore oversized clothing. Being a basketball player, sweatpants, baggy jeans, Jordans, and a hoodie, that's just your thing.
To me, butch means someone who I was brought up by and admire. Butch is nuanced. Butch is more than I think we've been talking about. I definitely identify as tomboy from a young age. It took me a while to figure out that I enjoyed dressing that way because it felt comfortable and felt good for my body. My high school uniform was cargo pants, a black polo shirt, black steel-toed boots, and freedom rings.
I wore sari to my senior prom, and that felt awesome because it felt as queer as wearing a tuxedo.
My favorite thing to wear is a suit. It's my armor, it's when I feel bold, it's when I feel confident.
I do prefer tailoring for some formal wear. It feels like almost like armor to me in a certain way.
When I'm in streetwear though, I feel like some of that gets lost.
The hardest thing about being butch would be being misconstrued. I've been using the men's bathroom since I was in middle school. If I go into a men's room, like no one even like looks twice.
I often have this conversation with my brother. In the United States, black men are seen as the bottom of the barrel. And I always say to him, bro, honestly, I'm below you because I'm a woman presenting as a man.
There are times when the black community is very homophobic, so it pushes me to be in more white spaces, but then you spend enough time there and then that turns a little racist. So I often feel myself ping-ponging a lot between different communities. I'm from the South, so there was two things. You were a fucking fag or a fucking dyke. I think trans visibility has given me more words and ways to describe myself.
Just because there were ostensibly more butches in the 50s, more butches in the 60s, more butches in the 80s, does not mean that there were actually more butches. It means that there were no other ways for them to identify. I don't know if it's gotten lost or if it's disappeared, the term butch, but I feel like it's just under an umbrella of maybe like a larger term like masculine presenting.
If there are fewer butches out there, then I can own more of the butchness that exists.
Just because I identify as a butch dyke and a cis woman right now, you know what? It doesn't mean I always will.
I'm creating this, like this is a conscious decision. If I get up and I get dressed like this doesn't happen by accident, right? I have a certain masculinity about myself. To me, it all flows.
I just want the next person of color, a black young person, to feel comfortable in their skin because they see a butch presenting female who's black that they can relate to.
You will find your chosen family. We are here, and every single one of us has experienced everything that you've experienced, so you're not by yourself at all.
Who you are right now, in this moment, is perfect. And if that changes, you'll be perfect in that moment too.